Tonight, lawmakers, we understand, are talking about how to change the state's civil liability laws.
Yeah, changes to the state's tort laws can impact lawsuits over everything from car insurance claims to drunk driving accidents.
Our Josie Frost is at the State House with tonight's report.
The bill is comprehensive, but Senate leaders say a massive project like this is needed to change civil liability in the state and lower insurance rates. In part, the bill would change how blame is divided in civil lawsuits. It would also hold bars more accountable in drunk driving accidents.
Our citizens, our businesses, our large industry are paying more for insurance than they ought to be paying. And I know that because you look at other states, North Carolina, Georgia, people are paying less.
Senator Shane Massey says the key to lowering insurance rates in the state is reforming tort law. He says lowering liability would mean lowering risk for insurance companies. Under state law, if multiple people are responsible for an accident or injury, a person can sue and collect the full amount from one defendant, even if they weren't the most at fault. The new bill would only allow someone to be fully responsible if they were more than 50% at fault.
Our tort laws are worse here than they are in some of those other states. And the result of that has an impact on individual people, on businesses, and on larger industry.
Another aspect of the bill deals with liquor liability. Lawmakers want to create a mandatory alcohol server training program, and bars could be held liable for damages if they knowingly serve someone who's visibly intoxicated or someone underage.
How many chances do you give them? And do you give somebody a slap on the wrist first? But then they got to get out of jail free card. You know, I mean, I want to deter people, businesses, restaurants from over-serving.
Bars that violate the training requirements would get a 6-month suspension on their license for the first offense, and it would be permanently revoked after the second. But some say it's too harsh of a penalty for a first offense.
I would like to give them a little bit more leeway in the first offense, because then it's brought to the knowledge of the owner or the operators, and at that point, because they may not know what, and they can't know everything, but at that point, now they're on notice. And so if it happens a second time, I totally agree with you that some more severe consequences.
The bill today was approved by the subcommittee, and it's headed for the full Judiciary Committee next, where it's likely to see some amendments. The Senate Majority Leader says he'd like to see this bill on the Senate floor next week. Reporting at State House, Josie Frost, News 19, WLTX.